Middlesex slipped to their second defeat from 4 T20 games this season as they lost to London rival Surrey by 15 runs at the Oval, in spite of another superb performance with the ball from Ravi Patel in front of a crowd of 22,000. Neil Dexter won the toss and decided to have a bowl first, something that was successful on the previous night against Essex, and it started well again here as Stephen Davies was held at mid-on off Ollie Rayner's third ball. Jason Roy shrugged off that early wicket and went for his shots in front of a passionate crowd which filled the ground. Kyle Mills was the first to witness Roy's skills and savagery, while Toby Roland-Jones went for 2 sixes in his second over after his first had cost only a couple of runs. His second went for 18 to take Surrey to 54 for 1 at the end of their 6 power play overs. Roy blasted 61 runs for the second wicket in 7 overs in partnership with Ricky Ponting, who'd made only 10 of those when he holed out at deep extra cover off Patel, who was making only his second appearance for the county in T20 kit. Then, next ball, the 21-year-old spinner trapped Roy in front for a 33-ball 52, which had been made out of his side 69 for 3 in 8.5 overs. Adam Voges then had Vikram Solanki well caught on the cover boundary for 6 in the 12th over, before Patel struck for a third time by having Zulfar Ansari superbly held by Dawid Malan, who had to make some way to get the catch on the long-on boundary. And it was 4 for Patel when he followed that up with an LBW success to get shot of Azhar Mahmood to leave Surrey on 88 for 6 after 13 overs. Patel ended with the fantastic figures of 4 for 18 from his 4 overs, but with him out of the attack, Glenn Maxwell went after the Panthers' other left-arm spinner, Voges. Voges responded by having his fellow Australian caught in the deep to reduce the home side to 106 for 7 with just 4 overs of their innings remaining. But John Lewis and Xander de Bruyne kept their side in it by adding 19 runs in 2 overs, only for the former Gloucestershire man to give Rayner his second wicket as Dexter again relied heavily on his spinners, bowlers who'd been so successful against Essex. Mills's last over was a little expensive though, with 15 runs coming from it, mostly from de Bruyne, although it also included the wicket of Gareth Batty as Surrey managed to get to 147 for 9 in their 20 overs. Middlesex must have taken some confidence in the way that they chased down 170 to defeat Essex, and once again Malan looked in good touch, this time sharing the opening spot with Rossington. These two did a good job in opening up with a stand of 28 in the first 4 overs. But by the end of the 4th, the danger man Malan had perished as Jade Dernbach maintained his excellent form in this season's competition thus far by catching the edge of Malan's expansive drive. He was gone for 11 and he was quickly followed back to the pavilion by the other half-centurion from Thursday night, Joe Denley, who was LBW to Azhar Mahmood for a single. A third wicket fell in the space of 3 overs in which only 9 runs were added as Voges popped up a simple return catch to Batty to leave the Panthers in some bother on 37 for 3 at the start of the 7th over. Batty was causing some concern too. His first 2 overs cost only 5 runs and he had 2 wickets after Rossington was stumped after making 24. So Middlesex now had it all to do to keep themselves in touch. Gareth Berg formed a partnership with his captain Dexter, but on a pitch which had been used when Sussex visited the Oval on Wednesday, scoring quickly was not an easy task. This pair took the total along to 81, leaving a further 67 to get off the final 7 overs. What they didn't need now was to lose a wicket, but de Bruyne had Berg caught by Ponting at short fine leg for a runner ball 17, and Surrey had become big favourites. Dexter hadn't given up though by any means. After Josh Davey had ruined Batty's figures a little with a couple of 4s, Dexter struck de Bruyne lustily over the ropes to take the target down to 46 off the last 4 overs. The problem for the Panthers was that those overs were to be delivered by Mahmood and Dernbach, 2 bowlers who were having superb tournaments. It was a run out instead though, which saw the back of Davey for 14. And then, with 31 wanted off the last 11 balls, Dexter was also run out, courtesy of an intelligent bit of fielding by the keeper Davis. Dexter was gone for 40, and with him went any chance that his side had. Mills smashed his second ball for 6, but it was all a little, too late. He was left with 22 to get off Dernbach's final over, and the game had already gone when the Kiwi hit the ball straight up and into the waiting gloves of Davies, who moved well to complete the dismissal. So Middlesex ended on 132 for 8 to lose by 15 runs, a rather disappointing outcome from a game which promised so much. Still, the club will take an awful lot of encouragement from the efforts of Patel, who in 2 games now has figures of 8 overs, 5 for 35. Kent will not look forward to facing him at Uxbridge on Sunday, a match which the Panthers now really need to win.